Right, welcome back to a Johnny Leg fragrance review. Thank you very much for coming back for the second one. If you look down there, there's something that says subscribe and there's something that's got a little thumbs up. If you can click on both of those, I would really appreciate that. Thank you very much. So remember, you're here at this channel, you're not expecting a really serious, in-depth review of fragrance. We don't look at the packaging because nobody wears the box. We don't look at the bottle really because nobody walks around with the bottle. It's the juice inside. What it can do for us, what reactions you might get. I'm going to give you a little bit of sort of information maybe about the actual smell that you're going to get from it. But it's mostly about the reactions you might get from it. Okay, so remember, fragrance gives me two things. It gives me energy and it gives me memory. You know, those things that perhaps you have a grandma or something and you went to see her, and it's that smell of maybe when you open the front door and you go to see your relative, your grandma, and it's that thing that takes you, suddenly go, it takes me back to such and such. Okay. Also, fragrance is an energy. You know, during the day, maybe that energy is going to keep you going, maybe you get a little cheeky waft of it, and yes, you're going to keep going. Okay, right, so remember, two categories of fragrance: boots category, readily available, or the internet ones, so maybe what they call the niche ones, which you've got to sort of fight for, you've got to look for, you've got to pay some serious money for. Okay, so we're going to do 3 fragrances this evening. Okay, let's start with what I call a boots fragrance. Okay, so what have we got? We've got, oh, here we go, Armani Code PROFUMO. Right, oh, everybody loves Armani Code. It's been around for a long, long time. It's that scent which it's impossible not to like Armani Code. Okay, problem with Armani Code, whilst it was a fabulous scent, it lasted maybe an hour and then it just fell off a cliff. You know, didn't even, you know, smell your wrist and you're sort of almost having to get your wrist up your nose just to get that scent. What they did, they brought it out again recently with PROFUMO. Right, I guess that means something in some language about performance maybe. Okay, so this is an absolute beauty. So, the original Armani Code, that lovable scent, that sort of citrusy, fresh, very manly scent, and what they did is they just emptied a lorry load of tonka on top. Now tonka is that sweet, sort of almost chocolatey, irresistible sort of scent. Okay, let's spray it and let's get my reaction. Where's the old spray? Here we go. Whew. Okay. The first thing that comes to mind is it's an elegant scent. I would guess you would realistically wear this with a shirt and tie. You know what? It could also be worn with jeans and a t-shirt, but it's an elegant, it's executive, it's sweet, but it's not sickly sweet like maybe sort of your 1 million sickly sweet. Although I have heard it likened to 1 million, it really isn't 1 million. It's a million times better than 1 million. But what you get with this is a real executive upper class. You know, you smell someone wearing this, you know they haven't just gone to Superdrug and bought the £20 fragrance. Okay, this I'm going to say is probably the best part of £70 to £80 for like a 75ml. So it's not ridiculously expensive, but it smells expensive. And I've had several people say to me, wow, I love that scent. It will last pretty much all day. Is it a summer fragrance? Is it a winter fragrance? I don't normally bother saying whether it is or it isn't. If you like it, wear it all year round. But I would say it's versatile. It will go summer, it will go winter. I would say probably more for me, I'd wear it more in the summer because it's that fresh, it's that sweet, but not sickly sweet. It's that tonka. There's massive tonka in here and it will last. Beautiful, elegant scent, readily available. You'll get offers on this. They'll chuck things at you to get you to buy this in Boots. Lovely fragrance, highly recommended, long lasting, love it to bits. Impossible not to like it. Armani Code, get the PROFUMO, don't get the ordinary one. Right. So, from a very familiar Armani Code PROFUMO, which everyone's probably heard of and everyone likes, to something 24. Okay, what on earth It looks cheap, it looks tacky. Now, many years ago, when I built my first bottle of this, it was $19.99 for 100 ml. And I sort of bought it a little bit like what they call a blind buy. That's the sort of thing where you just say, you know what, I'll order it, I'll try it. Okay. This now is more like £80 to £90 for 100 ml. But back in the day, it was a cheap budget fragrance. Okay, let's have a spray. Okay, the first word that comes to mind is aggressive. Okay, this is what I call a room filler. It's a shirt clinger, and probably it's a fragrance that will help with social distancing. Okay, right, let's just describe it. It's essentially got two ingredients: vanilla and raspberry. Okay, so it's very much like someone has loaded a machine gun with a load of vanilla essence, put some raspberries in there and just shot, literally blasted. This is an oppressive fragrance. Do you know what? I've never had anyone compliment it, and I've come to the conclusion, I think I know why. It's because they're thinking about survival. How are they going to survive this scent, which is literally abusing their nose? Okay. It's very brash, it's very bold. You walk into a room with this on and you'll get people turning round and you'll get people seriously social distancing. You'll clear the room, okay? Personally, I am a massive fan. And I mourn the fact it's now sort of £80 to £90 and you've got to really look for it and you don't get any deals on this. You've got to fight for it on eBay. So it's 24. Okay. It's seriously a really offensive fragrance. In fact, I say I've never had any compliments with it, but I have had a few reactions. I've been in a car with some people and I was wearing this, and now, bearing in mind I'd probably put 3 sprays, ding dong dong, yeah, 3 sprays, and we were in a car and there was no conversation, but everyone had the window down and everyone was hanging their head out of the window because I think they were struggling with this because it chokes you. I love it to bits, but it chokes you. I can no longer smell the Armani Code that I sprayed on a few moments ago. All I can smell is this. Now I only put a tiny spray on this. The sprayer, they've actually designed it so that it just sprays a tiny bit because it's nuclear. It will actually kill people's nostrils. Okay, it's one of my favourites. And when it was cheap, I actually bought about 4 or 5 bottles at £20 a bottle. I've got it in stock, okay? I'll never run out of this fragrance because it is my go-to fragrance if I just want to make an impression. You know, if I want to walk in somewhere and either get people to clear the room or start choking, coughing and looking for breathing apparatus, this is your fragrance. Personally, massive fan of vanilla, massive fan of raspberry. Put the two together in a real simple composition. You know, there might be a few other spices and whatever, but essentially vanilla, raspberry, bang, in your face, splat, okay? It will hurt other people. You'll get to like it. I love it, personally. So, you won't get this in Boots. This is not a Boots fragrance. I don't think legally they could sell this in Boots because I think if everyone wore this, no one would ever actually see anyone else because they'd all be social distancing way more than 2 metres. But this is something you'd have to go for eBay, or maybe it's made by a company called Scent Story. You can go on their website and pay their exorbitant prices. In fact, the guy on his website, he says he started off trying to make affordable fragrances, okay? And it was, but it really isn't now. Although I would still reluctantly pay the £80 to £90 because I just love this bad boy. If you ever smell this, you will never forget that smell and you will run a mile. As soon as you smell it, in fear that your nostril, or at least your nostril hairs, are going to disintegrate. 24 Gold. Highly recommended. Right, so third fragrance this evening. So everyone's heard of Lacoste, right? So from the early 1930s they were producing like polo shirts and high-end clothing, real good quality gear. So everyone's heard of Lacoste. And everyone knows that Lacoste make lots of fragrances. This is a slightly different fragrance to the rest of Lacoste's. Okay, so this is a special edition, Lacoste Energised edition. I think, don't sort of quote me on this, I think it was to celebrate some Olympic event or some sporting event. You can see all the flags on there. Obviously the Union Jack's right in the middle of the old croc. So I think it was a special edition. Okay, now, all right, let me set the scene as to when you would wear this fragrance, when you would appreciate this fragrance. All right, so you wake up and it's an average day of the week. You know, maybe it's a Monday, start of the week, got the whole week ahead, or maybe it's a Wednesday, it's just a midweek. And your alarm clock insists that it's time that you maybe thought about opening more than one eye. So you hit snooze. There's no sun streaming in through the window. And you think about the day ahead and you go, you know what? I haven't really got anything particular to look forward to. There's no highlights. It's just going to be another day. And when you actually open the curtains, it's actually raining. It's quite damp, it's cold, it's just going to be another day. All right, reach for Lacoste Energised and put 1, 2, 3, 4, put quite a few sprays on. Because here's the thing, Lacoste fragrances, whilst they're beautiful fragrances, they're not really sort of powerful fragrances. This isn't powerful. This will sit just for you. It's not, you're not going to wear this for anyone else. You're not going to get anyone go, oh, I want to marry you, you smell so good, or wow, you smell good. Right, no one else is going to smell this. Okay, this fragrance is going to be like your best friend. In fact, this fragrance is going to get you through that day. Right? It's essentially the normal Lacoste sort of citrusy, slightly vanilla-y, musky sort of scent. But what they did is they dropped a lorry load of ginger, that energizing ginger. Okay? So, as you're plodding through your average kind of day, where it's a bit grey and it's got nothing going for it, every now and then you'll get a little waft of the ginger. Just as your body heats up, you'll get a little waft of ginger. And you know what? That ginger will keep you going all day. I say no one else is going to smell this because it doesn't project. It sits. You've got like just a little scent bubble just around your face. It's really just for you. This is your best friend. It's never going to leave you, and it's going to hold your hand all day long. It's going to get you through that average kind of nothing sort of day. Okay, so Lacoste Energised. You're not going to wear it for anyone else. You're wearing it for yourself, and trust me, awesome fragrance, but not powerful. So it will just keep you going through that day. You're going to love it. It's going to love you. It's going to be your best friend fragrance. Okay. Right. So that's the 3 fragrances reviewed for this evening. Hope you've enjoyed them. Hope you appreciate the fact that we're not going into massive amount of detail. It's just my take on it. I've collected fragrances sort of since I was about 12. My first fragrance, don't laugh, Brut 33. Back in the day when it was an absolute room filler. Used to love it in the green plastic bottle. Actually it was glass back in the day. So yeah, I've got a lot of fragrances and I'll talk you through them. We won't review all the stuff about them, but we'll just tell you what you're going to get from them, what to expect from them. So, hope you've enjoyed it. I say, somewhere down there's a subscribe thing, somewhere down there's a little thumb thing. If you can click on those, I would really appreciate it. I hope you have a good day, and I hope to see you back for the next one very soon. Bye bye.